Take
All
your
right.
time, Callie.
There should go. All righty, I think we're ready. So you can just kind of stretch out anything you need, shake out before we get started. And then we're going to start out with our sitting down washing machine breathing exercise. So we're going to be sitting, I do the crisscross. You can sit however's comfy. We do the deep breath in, facing forward. And then we try to blow down the wall to the side. Deep breath facing forward. And then you try to blow down the wall to the side. In, forward. Out to the side. In, forward. Out to the side. Do 2 more. In, forward. Out to the side. And last one. In, forward. And out to the side. And now we can just stretch out our necks a little bit. We're going to do some neck rolls. So we're just going to draw the giant circle with our foreheads. And start, and we're just going to try to get the circle all the way to the ground and draw it all the way to the ceiling. And try to hit both walls on your way down. Oh. And as usual, you can probably hear my brother downstairs. I apologize. And you can switch direction with your neck whenever you're ready. And to anyone who's just joining, we're just doing our neck rolls and stretching out. All righty. Now we're going to do some cat-cow. So if you all remember, we're going to go on our hands and our knees. And then we're going to start by putting our butt in the air and our head in the air and our stomach towards the ground. And you can kind of slowly bend side to side as well, kind of like you're wagging a tail. You're just kind of trying to stretch out your back and open up your chest a little bit. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to switch. And we're going to try to get our butt and our head to go towards the ground. And our back is reaching towards the ceiling as far as it can. Great job. And continue to take some deep breaths. You can do some more of the side to sides here. It doesn't help quite as much. Alrighty. We're going to do cat one more time. And just stretch. And just do whatever's comfy for you. If at any point one of these positions is uncomfortable, you can always try to relax it a little bit. And then the last thing we're going to do is one last cow. So we're going to pop our head and our butt towards the ground and stretch our back to the ceiling. And do a deep breath, and whenever you're ready, we can stand up together. And then we're going to do our arm stretches. So we start out making sure we have plenty of room with our arm circles. We're just going to try to draw the biggest circles we can with the tips of our fingers. Great job. And it's the biggest circle you can. So if your circles aren't as big as mine, that is a-okay, fine. I can see quite a few of you have bigger circles than mine, which is quite impressive. And whenever you're ready, you can switch direction and go backwards. And you can kind of shake it out. I know sometimes your shoulders get tired doing that. All right, and that's okay because we're about to do some shoulder stretches. So we can do the arm swings where you almost hug yourself and then you try to clap behind your back almost. So hug, clap, hug, clap. And again, if your arms don't go all the way back, that is a-okay fine. Just do whatever is comfy and feels right for your bodies. That's the most important thing. Great job, everybody. Now we're going to just take one arm, wave to the opposite wall, and we're gonna hug it to our chest, like this. And you should feel the stretch in your shoulder. And we can kind of tilt side to side a little bit if we want to get a little hip stretch going. And you can shake it out, and then you're going to take the other hand, wave to the other wall, and then hug it tight. All righty. And we're going to do our last stretch, which is the behind the shoulder stretch. So you're going to take one hand, reach behind your back and touch the other shoulder, and then take your free hand and put it on your elbow. Great job. And then we're going to do it with our other hand. So reach behind, touch your opposite shoulder, and then hand on the elbow. While you're doing this one, if you want to do anything like your ankle and like rotating your ankle, or go on your tippy toes and do some like calf stretches, that is a-okay fine. If you have anything in your legs that you're feeling like a little bit loose, you can always shake it out just a little bit. All righty. And now we can just shake it out and relax. So today we're going to do a little bit more of a core focused one, and then we have a little bit of legs at the end. So to start out today, we have the Russian twists. I don't know if you guys remember. Those are the ones where you're going to sit on your butt, and then you're going to just lean back however far you feel is comfortable. And then you're going to pretend you have like an imaginary like object in your hand. It can be whatever you want it to be. And you're going to go and you're going to put it to the side on the ground, pick it up, put it on the other side. And to make it easier, you can leave your feet on the ground and sit up straighter. And to make it harder, you can lean back even more or even pick up your feet off the ground. All right?
One.
All right.
If I, Callie.
What? I like to imagine I have a giant beach ball, and sometimes if I'm being really funny, I can imagine it's like filled with sand, so it's really heavy. And do it for a couple more seconds. And if you're doing whatever you're doing, try to make it a little bit harder for the last 5 seconds. Just push yourself a little bit. 3, 2, 1. And you can sit up and put your feet on the ground if they were not already. And you can kind of take a couple of breaths because you should have felt that in your like abs kind of. Alrighty. And when you're ready, we're going to do that one more time if you can. All right. It's going to be a slightly shorter period of time, but I really want you to push your abs. Okay. So we're going to do the exact same thing. And you can make it a little easier if you're tired now. Totally up to you. We're going to go for 15 seconds. Five more. And you're done. Great job, everybody. I know we don't usually do those multiple times, but I know a lot of us have been doing Fitness Fridays for a little while now. So why not make it a little bit harder? I'm sure you guys are all getting stronger. Next thing we're going to do is our planks. So if you remember, you can either do them on your hands and elbows like this, or you can just do them on your hands. I think I'm going to do them on my hands today because I don't have a yoga mat, and sometimes like going all the way down on a hard surface can hurt your elbows. But if you've got a nice cushy surface, or if it just feels nicer for you to be on your entire forearm, that is okay too. I know sometimes people have like wrist problems, and then it's definitely better to just do it on your whole forearm, but it's totally up to you. And what you're going to do is you're just going to try to make your body kind of flat like a board, and we're just going to hold it. And so we're going to start out holding for 15 seconds. And if this feels crazy easy for you, you can add kind of hip dips to it, where you're not going to go straight down because that's bad for your back. You can almost try to touch the side of your hip towards the floor if this is too easy for you. But I would recommend probably just staying flat. We're going to give it 5 more seconds. And you're done. And just shake out your wrists or whatever you were on. If you're on your forearms, you can shake out your elbows, I guess. We're going to do that one more time for 10 seconds, all right? So an even shorter period of time. So whenever you're ready, hop on back up there. It's only 10 seconds. You got this. Five seconds. And you're done. Great job, everybody. All righty. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to switch and do our legs. So we're going to do some squats. And so we have to be standing up for the squats. And there's quite a few different ways to do squats. If your knees bother you or anything like that, where like the motion of squatting hurts, it's totally fine. But you can go against a wall or something and just pretend to sit in a chair on the wall. That has called a wall sit. And that's going to exercise similar muscles. So if anything we're doing is starting to hurt like your knees, for example, you're welcome to go try that or just take a break. That's totally fine. So with the squats, we're going to try, and I want you to put your legs kind of shoulder width apart. So I don't want them to be crazy stretched out like this, but I also don't want them to be right together. I want them to be just kind of comfy, maybe like a little bit wider than your shoulders. And then what you're going to do is you're going to sit backwards. So you're almost going to stick your butt out backwards and try to keep your chest straight like this, all right? And you're sitting down almost like there's a stool or something that you're trying to touch your butt to. If you have like a yoga ball or something, or you're an imaginary yoga ball, you can imagine you're sitting down and your butt's bouncing right back off it. So we're going to do that 10 times together. And try to get your butt as far down as is comfortable. If you can't get all the way down to 90 degrees, that is a-okay fine. But make sure you're keeping your chest up and open. I don't want to see anybody going like this. All right, I want to see you keeping your chest forward. Try to get in 5 more if you can. All righty. Now, this next variation is definitely hard. You absolutely do not have to do it. They're jump squats, all right? So only do these if you're very comfortable doing the squats. If those were like still a little tricky, that is totally fine. Just do those again when we're doing the jump squats, all right? For a jump squat, what you do is it starts out normal. You're just standing up like you were before. You're gonna sit down, but then what you're gonna do is you're gonna push off the ground and jump up. And then you're just gonna land back on your feet where you were. And then you repeat again and you jump up, all right?
What, like this one?
Yeah, so everybody do whatever's comfy for you. If the jump squats aren't feeling good, go back to normal squats. If normal squats don't feel good, do wall sits or just take a break. Totally fine, all right? So everybody do 15 of whatever you guys are going to do. Try to challenge yourself, but make sure you're not hurting, okay? Try to do 5 more, everyone. Great job. All righty. And we're done with the workout portion. We're gonna get down to the cool down if everyone's good with that. Great job. I know those are tricky. If you really want to challenge yourself on your own at home, I would definitely say jump squats are good because they work out your legs a decent amount, but then they're also like good cardio if you want to do them for a while, okay? So heads up. We have to stand back up. I'm sorry, why did I sit down? We're doing our progressive straddle. So we're gonna start with our feet together like this. And we just bend over. And we just kind of swing. And enjoy the swing. And whenever you're ready, you can stand up, spread out your legs a little bit more, and swing some more. And the goal for this is to kind of loosen up your back and your shoulders a little bit, so just try to relax. And do some deep breaths. And whenever you're ready, stretch your legs out that last bit. And we're gonna bend over. You can do a little swinging, or you can go straight to trying to touch the ground or your feet or whatever your goal is. Set your goal appropriate for what your flexibility is. So if you're not very flexible, just try to touch your knees, or maybe try to touch your ankles or something. And if you've got the hang of it, you can definitely try to put your hands on the floor. I know some people who manage to like almost put their elbows on the floor. I don't really know how they do that. And whenever you're ready, you can stand up and just kind of shake, kick it out a little bit. And now we can sit down. And we're just gonna do our normal knee hugs now. So those are the ones we're gonna take our leg and just hug it to our chest. You can kind of like put your chin on your knee if you're trying. And just hug it nice and tight. Great job. And remember, you should feel this in your like upper leg area, kind of near your butt. And do it for about 3 more seconds, and then we're gonna switch legs. Alrighty. And just do whatever you were doing before. And switch the leg. Be careful. Sometimes your legs aren't exactly equally flexible, and that is okay. Just do your best. And 3 more seconds. And we're gonna go into our little child's pose here. So we're just going to go right down on the ground, kind of curl up into like a little ball almost. And kind of like I was saying last week, just like melt like an ice cube or something. Just imagine you're sinking slowly into the floor. And remember to be taking deep, deep breaths while you're doing this. If you're looking for a little extra back stretch, you can kind of walk your hands forward and almost pull on the ground. This might help you feel it kind of near your shoulder blade area. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to switch it into Cobra mode. And then you're just going to go ahead and lie down on your stomach, and you get to push up. Either like we did with the plank on your hands and elbows, like on your forearms, or you're going to push up all the way onto your hands. And whatever's comfy. If going all the way up onto your hands is bothering your back or is too much, it is totally fine to go on your hands and elbows. And I know sometimes it's a little hard to do deep breaths here, but remember to try. If you're feeling fancy, you can kind of go side to side. Great job. One more, and then we're going to go back into child's pose. Ready? I'm just going to curl right back up in a little ball. And just imagine yourself melting again if you can. Child's pose is also just a useful one wherever you are, like if you just need to relax a little bit. Sometimes if you're having trouble going to sleep, child's pose is actually sometimes a nice position to just kind of like close your eyes and like not meditate, but just like relax in to try to get your brain to calm down. And just melt that last little bit, and you can move your hands forward and pull on the ground if you want to. Alrighty, great job there. We're gonna switch, lie on our backs. We're gonna go into our baby pose. And as you remember, you have a couple of different variations that you can do, where I like to do the one where I grab my knees and I pull them to either side and I get like an inside my leg stretch. But you can also try to grab your feet and do a couple of kicks, which will get the back of your leg stretched a little bit. Up to you.
Fine. Go. Go. Mommy. Go find mommy.
You can do whatever you want with your legs while you're here. If you want to try to straighten them out to try to just stretch them a little bit, that is a-okay too. Alrighty, and whenever you're ready, we can sit on up, and we're gonna do our very last thing, which is our calf stretch. So just scooch on over to a wall. Got this tiny piece right here. I hope most of you have a little bit of a bigger wall. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just put both hands on the wall. We're gonna have one foot underneath us forward, and our other foot is gonna be kind of stepped backwards. We wanna make sure both of our heels and our toes are on the ground the whole time. And we're just gonna push that wall like we're trying to push it down. Because you're pushing on the wall, probably best if you find something that's not fragile, like a door. And push for about 5 more seconds. Whenever you're ready, you can switch legs. And that's just put the other foot forward and put the other foot back. And just push. Five more seconds. And stand up. Great job, everybody. And you are more than welcome to take your shoulders and do some of those shoulder stretches we do at the beginning. Because I know sometimes pushing on the wall, you kind of get tightness in your shoulders. So whatever feels good to you. All right, and I think we are done for the day. So I'm going to end the recording.